In addition to what the Equinox interface presents us just from the components as we built them within the file, as in the previous video, the one element of lighting control that is missing is scenes, preset lighting scenes. So I'm going to show how you can create this in a way that is most convenient for the user so that they can create their own. They can take the ones that you might have created for them and they can modify them. So we're going to show how to do that. Up at the top right with the gears icon, that takes us to settings. And when we look at the settings, settings are alphabetically presented, so we'll scroll down to scenes and select that. No scenes exist yet in the system, so we will add some. The first one that we'll add, let's call it presentation. So we're in the executive boardroom, and we need to add an action. And we have a variety of actions. The one that I want to focus on at this point is called ramp load. If we select that as our option, then we have presented within the executive boardroom, and we can go actually, if we've got more developed out in other rooms, they'll be there as well. But we're going to go ahead and select the first one, which are the central downlights. Initially, it's going to come up with a default of those coming to off, so we want to turn them on. Let's turn these on to 20%. And then the question is, how long do we want that to ramp to this final level of 20%? By default, it's 5 seconds, and we're going to change that to 1. Once I've selected one of these, if I select another one, the same values will be selected, so 20% and the 1 second. And if I wanted the display, let's say, to be off, then I would just go in and I would change that individually. Now, I won't change the fade rate. The fade rate carries over, and typically we want those to be the same, regardless of the levels that they arrive at. Okay, once we've done that, the left angle bracket takes us back. Now we have the action in here. We could add more actions, but typically a scene is just setting loads to certain levels, just like we've done. We go back. The last thing that we really need to do is make sure that this shows up in the rooms where we want it. This one's really only pertaining to the executive boardroom, so that's the only place we'll select. Once we're done with that, we can save, exit out, and here we have a new icon representing a scenes view. And when we touch that new scene, it activates and it is indicated that it's active. So we can create more in that same manner. The owner needs to be trained to come in, to be able to come into this and edit the actions. And they can change the values of these if they wanted to. These are not live reacting, but if they know what levels they want them at, they can put them at that and then just hit save, and that has modified the scene. If they want to delete a scene, they can come in here and with that selected, click on the trash can icon, confirm the deletion, and the scene is gone.